Opening the pool this year after winterization, I decided to make a quick video just to remember how to do the LED lamp. It's by Aqua Lamp, so I had a quick look online. It basically is a LED. This is actually one of the rainbow ones or whatever, and this is the housing. It's so now you can actually see there's quite a bit of algae that's inside the cover of the housing as well. So that one's still together. It's basically from inside our pool shed, and you can see the algae that's collected inside. And this one here actually has a hole right in the middle of it, so you don't have to worry about it. You can take it off and clean it, get that cleaned out if you want to. But essentially, I used a number 3 Phillips, one of these beasts here, and it's actually got the large one on the screws, and the screws actually also have a little tiny plastic washer on it. So in 3 of these ones, the plastic washer actually stayed in the enclosure area there, so actually I'll probably want to clean them. I'll actually see them pop out, so I'd suggest making sure your drain is covered if you're cleaning them over a sink, because you don't want to lose those plastic washers. These ones are kind of in there right now. I don't want to pry them out until I get it a bit cleaner. So anyway, so it's just 4 screws taken out, and once you have the 4 screws taken out with the number 3 Phillips, then your LED bulb itself, and I guess this also works for bulb replacement, and it's by Aqua Lamp, Aqua/Lamp, but it's just basically connect the 2 poles there. So you'll feed your wire from the pool through the housing that's going here. I probably want to make sure the O-ring's not got any stuff on it as well when you do it, and maybe even replacing the O-ring if you need to. Stick your lamp back in and reassemble the kit. And that's really the replacement. So I'm going to clean these, and then I'm going to do the quick hookup, and we'll get the lamps back inside of the pool. Okay. Well, done the cleaning now. Basically used a non-scratch scrubby, one of the ones that you use for, say, for a Teflon, and I tried to avoid as much as I could use the center part, but you had to get in there. Yeah, really had to. There's a couple pieces after soaking it. It still needed quite a bit of scrubbing, and the Q-tip was very useful as well. So just to get into the different areas and corners, there's a couple recesses in here that really needed a Q-tip area, basically on that edge there. So anyways, it looks much better now. This is the lamp itself, and the O-ring does detach as well. So I took that out and give it a nice soft clean with a terry cloth thing like that. So anyways, that should give us a good seal again, and you can tell it looks a lot better. Here's the new one versus you can see what the old one. And this one wasn't quite as dirty as the one I just did, but I got to do this one as well. So anyways, cleaning was pretty quick. Next thing will be to hook it up. So basically, we had some insulation stuffed in there just to keep it from getting popped out too much. I disturbed a couple spiders who happened to be there, but more or less just pulled the lighting cable out of the pool housing there, and we'll hook this up right now onto the back of the LED bulb, and then we'll install it back through the tunnel here. So basically we're going to have to put the bulb out here, and we're going to stick that wire right there through the thing, and then we'll use the clasp that's down there to actually attach it. So I'll start doing that in a second. Okay, so the next part now is to connect up the terminals, leads to terminals. The manual for this bulb, which is not inexpensive by the way, is quite brief and doesn't really give any description, and the back of the terminals actually have no markings on them whatsoever, so I guess they're assuming that the LED doesn't need a white or black on particular terminal. So I'm going to go forward and basically just do it for the way that the wires are appearing to be from their memory from last year, and we'll give it a shot. So we'll do white left and black, and if I have to swatch it out later, I'll swap it out later. But the other lovely thing is that the screws for these are actually a different size. You won't be able to use a number 3. You're going to have to use a number 2, which is no big deal, but still it's a bit of a pain in the butt. So anyways, we feed the wires through the housing here, get that nice and snug there. I'm actually going to start attaching that part right now, just so it doesn't keep flapping all about on me here. So I'll pull the fastener up top of this lovely clean thing here. So I'll get that beast up here. We'll start getting that beast nice and attached on the PVC screw there. Make that nice and hand tight. And then now, oops, we'll just start getting the actual bulb attached here. So we'll do white left. Screw it on. And then we'll get black on right. Oops, didn't put that in there properly. Anyway, so you can see I'm attaching these things. I'll skip the fiddling for you in the video, and we'll come back once we start attaching the pressure housing that makes the whole phone it seal. So here we go. Here we go. Okay, now the next part. So we have to get this guy back on here. Line up the buttonholes here, and I'm going to use the one that the washer didn't come off first because I know that's the top here. Got to change to my number 3 Phillips again, and we'll start getting this guy in here. Left-handed. There we go. I might switch for the next ones of these. Actually, you know what? Let's do it right away. These guys in here. And these, when I took them off, they were just a little over hand tight. I think it's probably making a seal, but I'll do that as a final twist so we don't get a missed pressure seal here. So just do right to first turn tight on this one, get them all in, and then once I've done this, I will come back around and make them hand tight so that O-ring gets properly compressed between the light bulb and the casing there, so we don't get any water leaking into where the bulb area is. Okay, so basically go back around and do those hand tights now, because it is plastic and metal, so you don't want to do too much because you'll actually crack those, I'm sure. Not that I've ever done it, but it's past experience and other things. And that, I believe, is the light reinstalled. So the next step now is to get that into the pool. I forgot one thing, which is I need to make sure this is nice and tight on the back here to make sure that's the cord is sealed plugged as well. So make sure you give that a good hand tight twist as well. Oh, and another minor note is, if you can see there's actually the clasping holes which you will turn and rotate to attach to the side of the pool. So I'll change the camera view so you can see, but right there is the hole that we're going to basically line up with the tabs and get that in there. Okay. All right, so we'll try and get this guy back in here now, and I'm just going to store the winter blockage that they actually put in the back of the hole here as well, if I can. Give it a shot, and we'll see if that works, but it may not actually. I think they must have done this like that. This is fun. Just skip that for now. Get the cord back into the spot here. If I keep twisting it a bit, that's going to give it more room to bend. Sorry. And then we have these parts lined up here almost. And then once they're lined up, we just twist it, and they have Aqua Lamp at the top, and there's a lamp back installed. Hope you found that useful.